Now there's a juxtaposition that I want us to see here tonight. Because Luke writes that they're excited, right? Like everything we've read from last week to this week, this is a meeting of excitement. Right? They can't wait to tell their story. He's alive. It's not just the women now. It's not just the angels now. Simon saw him, and now we've got two other brothers there that are telling their story as well. The room is filled with excitement. And suddenly Jesus walks in. Suddenly Jesus shows up among them. But John describes it this way. In John chapter 20, verse 19, he says, "Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood in the midst and said to them, 'Peace be with you.'" Maybe you've experienced this, but we can be excited about one thing and afraid of another at the exact same time. They were in the room excited about seeing Jesus alive and afraid that the Jews might come and get them at the exact same time. Jeremiah 17:9, I already mentioned it, but it says that our hearts are deceitful. But here's another truth. They're also pretty complicated. And what we see once again here is that faith and fear can exist in the exact same place. Now, we like to say that they can't, right? Especially over these last couple years. We've said faith and fear cannot exist in the same place. And yet here we have the believers in Jesus excited about his resurrection and afraid of the Jews at the same time. I think we have to get past our sayings and actually deal with our hearts. We have to get past what we want the truth to be and actually deal with what the truth is. Because if we don't deal with our reality, we never get transformed. If we just say things that we want to be true, even though we know we're not experiencing them as true, we're going to keep pretending, and we're never going to get changed. The truth is, faith and fear can exist in the same place. We see that we can believe and doubt at the same time, that we can have evidence and question. So please don't think that the presence of fear is the absence of faith. Having questions or doubts does not mean that you don't believe. Being unsure does not mean that you are not saved. These things only mean that there are places in our hearts where God is still working and where we have not yet fully submitted our hearts to Jesus. And here's the truth, and I don't want to offend anybody. We're all in the same place. Every single one of us have unsubmitted places still in our hearts. Every single one of us have still immature places in our faith. Every single one of us have places where God is still working, where we have to continue yielding. And instead of just living in our excitement of what is done, we have to let him work on what he wants to do. Which means there will be multiple emotions working at the same time.